Hi, and welcome to my webinar about the 5 detox and cleansing secrets that make you a detoxing diva. But before I start, I just want to thank you for taking the time to join me. You know, there are millions of things you could be doing right now, but you decided to join me, so I'm so very grateful. I'm also very grateful that you see the need to create better health for yourself, and cleansing can certainly do that. So my goal here today is to show you why cleansing is not just an option, but it's an essential part of gaining ultimate health. I'll also tell you some of the important things you need to know in order to cleanse successfully, what to avoid when cleansing, and what makes a cleanse successful, including the types of foods to eat and supplements to take. And finally, I'm going to tell you what kind of places you can visit in order to cleanse both physically and virtually. Several years ago, when I was a fairly new mother, I was slowly lured into the idea that food can heal the body and that cleansing is a way to get the body to detox by getting the old junk out. To give you a little background on me, I was on medication from the age of 19, having been told I had a benign tumour, an adenoma, on my pituitary gland. And while this was not life-threatening, it certainly put my body in a constant state of pregnancy, only there was no baby. I can only imagine what the daily doses of medication were doing to my body long term, and though I didn't know what it was at the time, my panic attacks that started at the age of 21 and my trip to the hospital at the age of 24 for a suspected ulcer were the wake-up calls my body had been trying to get me to pay attention to for some time. And as I progressed in years, so did the number of challenges I experienced. I was addicted to sugar. I had eczema, asthma, headaches, daily and weekly migraines. My digestive system was completely out of whack. I was totally dehydrated, and I couldn't have a period without chemical intervention. Starting a family, as you can imagine, was somewhat challenging. So I was one big mess, and learning about alkalizing and the power of cleansing from a Tony Robbins seminar in my 30s was the turning point for my family and for me. I was so grateful. I started my first cleanse with very little information and absolutely no manual. I ate pureed foods that tasted absolutely disgusting, and by day 3 I woke up and nearly passed out, ran downstairs, grabbed a jar of almond butter and a packet of wraps, ate the whole lot. Phew, I felt so much better. But it wasn't until my third cleanse that I really started to understand what I was doing. I had joined a group that connected with me daily and taught me things every day, things I really needed to know on what to expect, how to eat, and how to move my body when cleansing. It was amazing, and I watched my health transform, and in just 6 months, every single one of my symptoms and discomforts had left my body. I was hooked and feeling outstanding. Now, once the group disbanded, I found myself wanting to cleanse regularly and wanting a community of cleansers, but I just couldn't find one. So I started to write about my experiences and what I learned along the way, and when I wanted to connect again with a group and couldn't find one, I did what I always do when I can't find what I need. I created. The worldwide cleansing community was born. I began to teach people what I'm passionate about and what seemed to be the missing link in most health protocols and diets. I got amazing results, and people kept coming back for more. Well, whether you like it or not, cleansing is essential to not only creating a healthy body, but maintaining one too. Most people unconsciously feed themselves food that's not even nourishing to the body. Our society has lured us into believing that we don't need to think about what we're feeding ourselves. Junk food, even processed foods, are simply fillers for your tummy, virtually dead calories, I like to call them, and they clog up your system. They're indigestible, they offer very little, if any, valuable nutrition, and they leave you wanting more. Have you ever been hungry after you've eaten a full meal? Well, why? Because your body is starved of the actual nutrients it needs. So when you eat a load of junk with no nutritional value, you've simply added bulk to your system, not nutrition. And that is why you get hungry so soon after eating a burger or fries. Once they're finally broken down, the pesticides, chemicals and fungus in the food, yes, there's a lot of fungus in foods that you eat every day, they're stored in your tissues and cells as toxins, and then over time these toxins build up to a level where your body says, I just can't take it anymore, and your body starts to break down. Now, you may initially see that as a cold or a rash, some allergy or skin condition like eczema or psoriasis, and in reality, these are your initial warning signs that things on the inside are just not running as smoothly as you might have hoped. And this is when you can sit up and say, "Hello inside, I'm coming to the rescue." But sadly, actually, most people don't. They just ignore it, don't they? Now, a detox is different from a diet because when you do it correctly, detoxing actually creates an extraction of toxins, or acids as I like to call them, from your internal terrain. So you are a complex matrix of rivers, streams, tunnels, beds and mountains, all beautiful in their own right and all designed with the ability to maintain and thrive. But, and it's a big but, only when given the right tools. So a cleanse actually encourages you to eliminate foods that are triggers or toxin carriers, and it is the elimination of food that encourages the detox. So the detox then induces a flushing of not only the rivers and streams, but when done right, the cells of organs and tissues too. Now, the extracting of the toxin from the cells will allow them to be transported to the lymphatic system and onto the colon, the lungs, the skin, the liver, and the kidneys so that they can be released from your body. So how can you tell if a cleanse is good? Well, for a cleanse to work, you have to follow 4 basic rules, all right? So here are the rules. So number 1, you need to completely change what you eat. Elimination of the highest acid-forming foods like meat, dairy, sugar, including maple syrup and honey, even fruit, and processed or junk foods is the only way to deeply detoxify your body. Number 2, you need to completely change how you eat. So if you eat all your food cooked, change to raw food. If you eat your food raw, then change to all pureed food in the form of steamed and raw soups and smoothies. This will be such a significant change that your body will react. And when it reacts, what it does is it pushes out the junk. Number 3, you need to cleanse every quarter, so that's every 3 months, at the start of a new season, initially for at least 14 days. Now you can reduce that to 7 days after the first year if that fits better with your lifestyle. Number 4, only take supplements that will aid in the detox of sugars, fungus and molds, increase oxygen, feed the body chlorophyll, and provide sustainable alkalizing energy like healthy fats. A cleanse that interrupts and stops you from eating acidic or toxic food is a cleanse that will allow detoxification to happen easily and effortlessly. And that is why you hear people craving sweets and candy when they stop smoking, or they get the shakes and headaches when they stop drinking coffee. And the best detection that you're detoxing during a cleanse is when you have your sugar or coffee cravings. I know we don't really like it, but it's proof for you. And unlike giving up coffee or your favourite food though, we have lots of great tips and tricks to get you through the detox. Fact, did you know that an unhealthy body has yeast in its system that's like a worm? Ooh. When the yeast is hungry, it calls to be fed, and that is why you get your craving for sugar. Feed that worm and it thrives, starve it and it dies. Which do you do? You should avoid any cleanse that promotes a protein shake or supplement without asking you to change what you eat. It is the elimination of food types and the elimination of waste from your body that creates dramatic results that actually contribute to a healing body. Imagine yourself cleaning the house, right? You've heard this probably before, and you shove all the rubbish and the dust under the carpet. You didn't actually clean the house, you just moved it, didn't you? And eventually it'll seep back out again. So you can imagine the cleanse going in the same way. It is true that when the toxins are dumped into the blood for elimination, it can cause mild discomfort, but nothing more than that. So what usually goes wrong? Well, you may have tried cleansing like I did in my earlier days and either got terrible results or felt so awful you had to give up. Yes, that's what happens, especially when you're not supported, learning the do's and don'ts of cleansing, understanding what your body is saying and why, or simply not following the fail-safe methods. So here are 4 top reasons people have disastrous cleanses. Number 1, The number one reason why people fail on their cleanse is due to lack of preparation. Usually, they don't have the ingredients they need to make a really tasty meal, or even worse, they don't have any cleansing food at all. Both of these mistakes lead to a feeling of relentless hunger and a surprise attack on the pantry that wasn't cleared of all its junky acid food. Number 2, confusing detox symptoms with ideas that the body is sick or that something's wrong. More people come off a cleanse during the healing crisis than at any other time of a cleanse. Now, the healing crisis happens usually between day 3 and day 6 and tells us that the biggest amount of toxins and acids are being dumped into the blood for removal out of the body. It is the illuminated billboard that screams, "You're winning, baby!" So listen to it. Number 3, confusing the many trips to the bathroom and emptying the contents of your colon from the last 30 years of eating with the notion that cleansing food just doesn't agree with your system and that all that diarrhea must be an allergic reaction. I've had more people using that excuse saying, "Oh, Fiona, I had to come off the cleanse. I got terrible diarrhea," than any other excuse out there. Fact. Diarrhea on a cleanse means the cleanse is actually working. Yes, it's doing what it's supposed to do. We want to loosen everything up in the intestinal tract so that it can flush out easily. Oh, and by the way, it does smell bad, especially initially. Number 4, timing. People who failed at cleansing tried to cleanse when they were out of town, had weddings and parties to go to, or were away on business. Listen up, folks. Don't cleanse during a celebratory time unless you absolutely know how to handle it. Number 5, selecting the wrong cleanse for your level of cleansing. Listen, don't try and do an advanced, all pureed, raw cleanse if you've never cleansed in your life before. It just ain't gonna work. You will be better off starting slowly and taking longer to detox and actually achieving a full detox than rushing and giving up forever. You know I make sense. Secret number 1, get prepared. Okay, so get prepared for your cleanse. Grab your calendar and block out 14 days when you know you have the space and the time to cleanse at home. Schedule it in just the same way you would an appointment at the dentist and let every single person around you know that you'll be cleansing. Make sure you do not schedule any dinner arrangements with friends or evening out with your partner that may put you in a compromising position. Yes, we're all busy, I'm busy, you're busy, and there are some things we can't avoid, especially if we have children or we're caretaking a loved one. But making sure you know what days you will need to pack food to go will help you feel in control and keep you ahead of the game. Now, the kind of foods you'll want to have on hand are primarily vegetables, so things like cucumbers, spinach, other leafy greens like kale, tomatoes, onions, garlic, celery, avocados, lemons, limes, oils like coconut oil, olive oil, hemp and flaxseed oil, bell peppers, leeks, herbs like parsley, basil and cilantro. You're also going to want things like almonds and hemp seed milk and stock to make a great soup, and you can either make your own stocks or you can even buy pretty clean stocks. Now, one of my regular cleansers is out in the field all day long, and to keep her cleansing she has to be super organized. So she has a cooler on wheels that she has in there, each meal prepared in advance in special containers. She puts in ice or heat packs depending on the kind of meal that she has. She has her daily water in bottles so that she can eat, drink and work the same time if she has to. She uses the night before to wash and prepare vegetables, and then she has her food ready for the morning assembly and to make her meals and to pack them to go. Secret number 2, know your supplements. Because cleaning is about drawing out the toxins from the cells, from the tissues and organs, and allowing them to be removed by the colon, the skin, the breath and the kidneys, a really good laxative is vital. And with all the supplements on the market, it's really important to get the ones that will aid in a healthful detox. So that means nothing that is habit forming and nothing that's too harsh. So look for things like cleansing herbal teas, magnesium-based laxatives, and high water content, high fiber foods. Those are all going to create great elimination. Now make sure that your products are organic or at least all natural and free from fillers and unwanted proteins like whey and other dairy, rice bran, mushrooms, sugars, yes, and even probiotics. Even make sure that they're free of algae and fruit. One of my clients, who was actually a first-time cleanser, did not want to use supplements to help her cleanse and called me dissatisfied that her bathroom action just wasn't happening. And I simply showed her why using a healthy magnesium-based laxative would encourage a cleansing of the colon. And 1 week later, she called me to say how happy she was. Not only was she feeling fabulous, when magnesium is absorbed into the body, it makes us feel wonderful, but she had lost 10 pounds of fecal matter that had been hanging around for years that she didn't even know was part of her weight and her health challenge. She wasn't even really bloated, so it wasn't like she looked like that on the inside. She just, well, on the outside, she just wanted to, cleanse her system. So it was a great, great treat for her to see that happen. Secret number 3, get educated. Education is key, and you're not supposed to know all the ins and outs of cleansing. That's why I'm here. Most people don't, so get with an expert or a group of experts who know how to safely get you cleansing, who can answer your questions and, better still, provide you with helpful direct information that will, step by step, show you how to detox successfully and safely. And when you do this, you're going to learn more and more how to cleanse deliciously and become a pro yourself. Now, one of my clients from Norway loved to cleanse, but she never joined my forum. And one day she came to me with challenges she was having, not realizing that actually the cleansing techniques had improved over the years and better products had come along to do a better and easier cleansing job. And it turns out she was just using antiquated cleansing techniques, doing a labor-intensive cleanse and not reaping the health benefits. Now, once educated at my cleansing forum, she learned all she needed to know and cleansed successfully from that point on. Now she's feeling on top of the world. Secret number 4, support keeps you strong. So to strengthen your emotional body, the one that sneaks in just when you weren't paying attention and says, "Psst, go on, sneak that cookie, no one is looking." It is essential you have a great support system. Now, whether it be in person, in the form of a great friend or family member, an online community that you can connect with when you need it the most, to either praise you for your fabulous work or catch you as you're about to fall off that bouncy wagon, and of course a great cleansing coach like me who knows their stuff, support can mean the difference between success and failure. A client of mine years ago would tell me that she was cleansing at the same time I was running my group cleanses without actually joining in, and that just knowing we were all there cleansing was motivating enough. Or was it? Whenever I checked in with her, year after year, she always had some excuse as to why she fell off the wagon. Finally, I told her, you know what, enough is enough. And she was to join my group where I would check in with her daily online. And from day one, just having the support I gave and the support of other cleansers, she felt connected and motivated to tackle each day as it came. Now, her first full cleanse, she cleansed not only to day 14, but on to day 21, where she decided to stop, not because she'd had enough, but because she had to go out of town. She has been my most loyal cleansing client ever since. I have a client who is a fitness instructor and always invites a client to cleanse along with her. Now, they rarely have a tough cleansing day at the same time, so each one lifts the other when needed. Also, it's just one of those pleasures in life to know someone else can say, "Me too," when things don't feel so great. Secret number 5, embrace your cleanse. Moral support feels like an arm wrapped around you when you're detoxing solo. Get someone as close to home as possible and agree to make joint cleansing suppers or lunches for each other a couple of times a week. Setting up a mini spa evening where you can each enjoy some wonderful detox treatments like foot soaks, portable saunas, detox baths, clay face masks, Even massages are such a treat, and you don't have to go to a spa to actually experience it. You'll also find walking or gentle jogging, yoga or meditation a really wonderful thing to share with a friend or family member. People are often nervous before starting their first cleanse because they just don't know what to expect. And as is common with human beings, we tend to fear the worst. And in reality, if cleansing correctly, very little discomfort should be felt when cleansing. Now, the healing crisis, as we prefer to call it, usually happens between day 3 and 6, and some people even feel it as early as day 1 or 2. But the healing crisis should last approximately 24 hours, and it could express itself in a number of ways. So anything from a headache, some fatigue, a rash, nausea, dizziness, aching joints, that kind of thing. And if you ease into your cleanse, you're going to have very mild symptoms, which is the safest way to go about cleansing. And if you do too much too quickly, you're going to feel pain, and that's not only uncomfortable, but it's also not so healthy either. You are cleansing successfully when you experience diarrhea, and yes, that diarrhea could be every single time you go to the bathroom for every day of the cleanse. That's why it's called a cleanse. Flushing out the colon is one of the most effective ways of detoxifying, and when you've done all of that, you can look forward to the rewards such as losing weight, any negative health symptoms that you usually experience either lessen or stop completely, feeling energized, thinking clearly, and lots of people say, "Oh my God, you're looking so amazing." I get it, and my clients experience it too. They say, every time I cleanse, I just feel so good, and friends and family can actually see the difference a cleanse has made on me. So in order to detox and cleanse, you need to do the following things. You need to first go to your local Whole Foods market where they have a whole body department. The staff there is trained on a wealth of products that will help the detoxification process. Specifically, look for herbal teas, pure greens powders that contain grasses and no fruit. So these are basically dehydrated green grasses, things like barley, barley and wheat grasses, alfalfa grasses, that kind of thing. And at this point, I'd like to offer you a tip when trying out these for the first time. Green drinks, if you're not used to them, they can be a bit bitter. So what I love to do is I add the juice from half a lemon or a whole lime along with water, and they instantly become more palatable. And if you have to add some ice cubes to it, it makes it even more refreshing. The next thing is most natural health magazines these days have a section on detoxing, and you can get some really great suggestions and recipes there. Thirdly, when you're next at your local healthcare practitioner, look at the bulletin board for details of group cleanses. Quite often you'll find something on there. Alternatively, to save you the hassle of looking in many places and discovering if a cleanse actually works for you or not, join me, the Cleansing Diva, and other new and regular successful cleansers at my cleansing membership site. You'll see details of that to follow in a minute. I offer a cleanse that is personalized for you no matter what level you are. So for those new to cleansing and who are looking to learn the ropes of cleansing, it's a perfect place to be. And if you're already a cleanser, it's perfect for you too. And if you're interested in trying out a typical recipe or two featured in any of my cleanses, then click on the download link to follow for free recipes. So I've created a cleanse to suit every level, and I'm just going to tell you about those now, so listen up. For the lifestyle cleansers, well, those are people who are new to cleansing or who simply want to clean up the diet and lifestyle. So it's not a traditional cleanse. This is really just getting you on the path. This will be a guided cleanse on how to cleanse as a complete beginner. So you're going to understand and learn how to prepare clean meals that are 100% free from artificial ingredients. They're really considered by me to contribute to your overall health when eaten in balance. You're going to learn what fats are truly healthy fats, how to combine foods so that you don't feel bloated or gassy. You're going to learn how to eat foods that encourage healthy elimination. Now, this is not going to be about eating all raw food and deprivation, and it's not about a serious detox, but more about teaching the body to appreciate healthy food. You're going to learn which supplements actually encourage the body to to detoxify, which supplements the body needs on a daily basis, and how to use them. And you're going to have a full complement of recipes, meal plan, and shopping lists, as well as access to the Lifestyle Cleansers ebook, charts, videos, and daily motivational podcasts. And in addition, and most importantly, you'll have access to our private members forum. I enter the site and answer every single question every day to make sure you are fully supported. It's likely that you're going to experience some kind of detoxing symptoms that are actually mild, which is a great thing. So for the intermediate cleansers, I've got the intermediate cleanse. And this is for either transitioning lifestyle cleansers, so you've done a lifestyle cleanse and now you want to kind of move up on the scale, or for those who are ready to allow the body to respond to a greater detox. Now, with a combination of raw salads and pureed foods, this cleanse will get you more used to puree foods without feeling like you forgot how to use your teeth. And it'll help you to delve deeper into the art of cleansing and learn how to make a bigger impact on your health by eliminating heavily cooked foods and only providing meals that promote a detox and a body that wants to heal. Now, accompanied by my ebook that guides you through every point of cleansing, including which supplements to take and how, videos on food preparation, daily podcasts, full menu plan and shopping lists, all sorts of helpful charts to help you track your progress, and additional cleansing topics to sink your unused teeth into, as well as the private members forum available to you where you can ask me any and every question you ever thought of. For the advanced cleansers, either you're ready to go all pureed or you're continuing on your quarterly cycle of advanced cleansing. Now, this cleanse is not for the faint of heart. During your 14 days, you will commit to 100% pureed foods, mostly raw in nature, and every recipe bursting with cleansing properties. You will learn what supplements are going to create a full, while gentle detoxification of your system and fully understand how the body cleanses. And you will also use supplements that encourage elimination on a regular basis and learn how to support the body best during this time. You're going to have access to my cleansing ebook, which instructs you on how to go through a cleanse from beginning to end, as well as offering you cleansing recipes for every day of your cleanse, a shopping list, and of course a menu planner. You're also going to find videos of recipes and daily podcasts to keep you motivated and learning, as well as helpful charts to track your process. And your progress, of course. Now, one thing I just want to add here is, please don't be of the misconception that cleansing food tastes disgusting. I have worked for 8 years to make recipes that actually taste delicious, regardless of what level of cleanse you're on. And we eat cleansing soups that I would eat on a cleanse as an everyday food as well in our home. And the children love it because they just taste great. While I have explained what each cleanse offers, one piece I have not told you about is the emotional transformation you will go through. As a strategic interventionist, I am trained to understand human behavior and to offer a large piece of emotional support. And so I offer transformational techniques that will help you not only while you're cleansing, but once living your day-to-day life. And if cleansing has been a challenge for you in the past, then dig into the strategies I give for overcoming mental blocks and understanding why you make the decisions you do. Because once you understand these, it will be easier for you to be successful. So now you have learned more about cleansing. I really hope I've cleared up some myths for you and even offered you some great reasons to start cleansing yourself. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all the best on your cleansing endeavours. And remember, cleansing's not scary when you know what you're doing. If you'd like to connect with me, there are several ways. You can email me at Fiona, Fiona, at purelyhealthyme.com. You can join Facebook and you can type in the Cleansing Diva in Facebook. And of course, there's my website, www.purelyhealthyme.com. And finally, you can call me. I'm there at the end of the phone, 1-800-792-0382.